Hello and welcome to another colouring review from Colour with Claire. Today I have a trio of books to show you from Calm Waters Colouring, a Canadian-based company run by husband and wife Jeff and Carla Fendlet. So these are the three books that are available at the moment, but hopefully there'll be more to come. The first thing to say about these books is the production quality is really brilliant. They've listened to what colourists want the most and they've taken that in mind when creating these books. So we've got spiral binding, means it lays flat all the time. We've got one-sided designs which just have room for your name and date on the back. The paper is lovely, it's got a very smooth surface to it, but it takes coloured pencils really well, as you will see. And it's got a thick card front and back cover, so yeah, really well made. So I'll just go through each book one by one and show you all of the pages. This one is based on mythology, so there are a lot of fantasy scenes and creatures from fantasy worlds, including mermaids. Here we've got some bears, foxes, woodland scenes. The paper is really thick, and obviously with it being one-sided, you don't have to worry about what media you're going to use. So here we've got a woman hybrid horse thing. I forgot what they're called, centaur, isn't it? Centaur. It tells you on the back actually. So on the back of each one, it tells you who it was that drew it and what it is and a little bit about it. So that's interesting. A nice little addition there, because each of these drawings were created by different illustrators from around the world. So it's not all by the same illustrator. Here we've got some vampires, and this one's a little bit more of a grayscale sketchy style. So there are a range of different complexities and different styles of illustrations in this book as well. Some people do prefer grayscale, so they would love these drawings, but also there are people who haven't had a chance to try grayscale, but they don't want to go full in and buy a grayscale book, so that's a good way of having the best of both worlds. I've got a three-headed dog wolf here, it's called a Cerberus. So as I mentioned, all of these illustrators are from around the world. This guy is from Spain, this one's from the Ukraine. I love this, it's like little gnomes inside their home. This one's a Loch Ness monster. I love how this is half underwater as well, so you'll be able to do like two different completely styled halves of the page. Here's a Hobbit inspired picture. And we've got some unicorns. And here is the picture that I completed. This is a leprechaun, as you can see, and I coloured this with Polychromos pencils, and as you can see the blends are absolutely lovely. So even though it doesn't feel like it's got a lot of tooth, you know, it doesn't feel like that to the touch, pencils do really take well on it, so fantastic. And yeah, that's a leprechaun by a lady from the Ukraine. So that is the mythology colouring book, and that is actually my favourite of the three. That's why I thought I'd show it to you first. I love fairies and different creatures like that. This next one is Immerse Yourself in a World of Originality, and this includes, just find it, so this includes 30 pages. Each one is 30 pages actually, and it's hand-drawn illustrations which combine animals and scenescapes. So as you can see, we've got a bison here, but if you look closer, if I can just zoom in to the bison, you will see that there are all different illustrations inside the outline of the bison. So we've got a wolf here, we've got a flower, we've got these Indians on horses, there's an eagle here, and it just, every time you look at it you see something new. Again, the format of the book is the same, just so you know. And here you can see the eagle. There's some very native illustrations in these. I do like these pictures where initially you glance at it and it looks quite, you know, like quite a normal picture, but then you see all of these scenes going on. As you can see, we've got sledders on the snow, we've got hockey players, and so this one is a what do we call it, a warthog or a wild boar. It's got all different animals from the savannah inside. And this shark obviously is full of nautical imagery. So I like how each picture does relate to the things that are inside it as well. It's not just random things. So a lot of these images are shaded, pre-shaded, so you don't have to worry about thinking where the light and the dark, the shadows and the light sources are coming from. So most of that has been done for you. So obviously the camel is full of Egyptian imagery. Here we've got two birds and a sloth. And this is one that I've started but not yet finished. This flamingo with all circus delights inside. So as I say, the complexities are quite different in each illustration. It's not the same across the board or even the same within the same book. As you can see, these are very, very thin line work on this. So whereas before it's quite dark and heavily shaded. So there are differences within the books for different types of colourists, I guess. Depends what you like colouring. This one's quite detailed, so we've got a bat, it's got a witch there, we've got a haunted house, we've got Frankenstein, we've got Nosferatu, and a big moon with a wolf. So there's all sorts in that. That's actually a really good one. I like my gothic stuff, so I'll be colouring that one. This lion is amazing. It's full of animals from safari and those kind of landscapes. We've got another scary one of a gigantic spider looming over a town. Just move out a little bit. This is it a badger? No, it's a skunk. It's a skunk. I'm rubbish at animals. We've got a crab that's got lots of seashells and things. We've got a dolphin with more nautical imagery, or two dolphins rather. And we've got a peacock with this kind of opulent architecture, resplendent feathers. And here is a bull. And finally we have two horses. We've got a dream catcher. Again, a lot of native imagery in this one. So that is Calm Waters, Immerse Yourself in a World of Originality, that one. And the final book is Calm Waters, Immerse Yourself in a World of Mandalas. So this one, as you can probably guess, is combining animals and mandalas. So you'll get the outline of an animal and the look of an animal, but it's very, very detailed, very Zentangle-like. So if you do like colouring in lots of very small spaces and patterns, you will like this book. I absolutely adore this turtle with this gorgeous shell. But as you can see, the baby turtles have a really, really detailed illustration on them, and it's very, very small, tiny spaces. So you'll definitely need fine liners for this book if you colour in these. We've got an eagle. Now this book doesn't tell you who drew them on the back. Not sure why. I love this scorpion as well. Very decorative. Jellyfish too, that's lovely. Some of them are landscape orientated, so I just don't want to keep having to turn it around all the time, but as you can see, there are a mixture of orientations. This one's super detailed, super intricate, as you can see. So as I mentioned, these books have absolutely gorgeous paper, and what you usually find with smooth paper is that it takes markers really well, but they can become streaky. It's the same with any kind of paper really. As you can see, this is one that I've coloured in, this koala bear. I'll just zoom it out a little bit. And I coloured this with Staedtler water-based colouring pens, these here. And I was so surprised to find, pleasantly surprised to find, that they glide on the paper like a dream, and you can actually blend them. Now, blending water-based pens is not something that is easy to do, because they just do not blend like alcohol markers. They'll just rip up the paper, peel it up, give that, bring that tooth up, and you can even go through the paper sometimes when using water-based. But this paper, I found you can go over and over and over it with the water-based markers, and it will not pill. It's got an amazing surface to it for markers, especially water-based markers. I think people at first glance might think I've used alcohol markers for this, but I haven't. I can promise you it is all water-based markers, and it's an absolute dream to use on this paper. And nothing at the back, as you can see. Love that ostrich. So, I think that's it, yep. These books retail for $19.95, and they are available to ship worldwide. I've checked the shipping cost to the UK, and it's going to cost $10, probably about £8 to ship to the UK. But they do these books in a pack of 3, so it might be more cost effective for you to buy all 3 books in one pack if you're ordering internationally. And the whole 3 books are $59.85, that's dollars. So I hope you've enjoyed looking at these books. I really have enjoyed colouring them, especially this Mythology one. I had such fun with that leprechaun. And if there's any other questions you want to know about the books, just please leave comments below and I'll get back to you. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this review looking at Calm Waters colouring books. Check them out on Facebook, and I will see you soon on Colour with Claire.